Hello, everybody. Welcome to another little SLL uh, inside for you. I'm on beast mode as always. My cohort, my partner in crime, Turtle Chi, with me today. We got a special guest. We have a member from the SPL, Lasbra, joining us today. Lasbra, how are you doing? Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about who you are, what you do, your background.
Yo, what's up? I'm Lasbra. My name is Lasse, but I usually just tell people to call me Lass because yeah, English people can't pronounce a Danish name like that. I'm a pro player in the Smite Pro League. I played for Renegades. I guess that would be the season of 2020. And then 2019, I played mid lane on Trifecta and then later joined LG as a jungler. And yeah, uh, I come from Denmark and I'm 23 years old and I play a lot of Smite.
That's good. That's awesome. Um, uh, all right, yeah. So, Turtle, you want to take the next question?
Yeah, so like what I was gonna ask, what got you into competitive Smite in the first place, and what made you decide to pursue it as a career path?
Competitive Smite, I have Trix Tank and Kubo Fred. They're like my what do you call it? Like best friends from very early stages of school. I went to class with Fred, and Trix was in the other side of the what do you call that? Like he was on the other class, but the same year basically.
Okay.
Okay.
They will play a lot of Smite. I'll be playing a lot of League of Legends. We'll play like Counter Strike, World of Warcraft, all those games together. I tried Smite when it came out. I think like early alpha when you needed like code to play. So I played it a bit on and off, but I was way more into League back then. And I was like pretty good at League, so I was like I didn't really want to play a lot of Smite because I was already good at one game.
Uh-huh.
But then Trix and Fred got more into to Smite and they started playing like tournaments and all that stuff. And they always tried to like push me over to Smite, but I was like, yeah, I'm already pretty good at League. So staying there for a bit. But then I guess I always watch the games and all that stuff. So I've always been like pretty competitive when it comes to like my mindset and watching Smite. And then season two, I guess they qualified for playoff, the first playoff LAN or Worlds, whatever you want to call it, like the
Mhm.
first, and they won that. I unfortunately couldn't go with them, so I watched everything online. And then in season two, when they qualified again, I went to Worlds with them and met like all the Smite people I played rank with and all that stuff. Um, I slowly started playing a bit more Smite. Season three, not on stream or anything, but that's basically like I played a slow year. Still played League, Counter Strike, and all that. Then season four, I'll play a lot of ranked and be like on Trix stream a lot. And then one day he would do like we would do a drunk stream before we went out to the clubs and all that. And he wasn't allowed to continue his stream or something, so we just decided to stream on my channel. So I got like a bit of a I don't know what you call it, like a boost. That was my basically first ever stream, and people are like, "Oh, we enjoy your stream, we enjoy you, so you should start streaming." And then I basically just start streaming while I was working. I had like a gap year, so I finished school, but I had a gap year. I just worked, and then I thought like streaming pretty fun. So I just got more and more into it, and then late season four, I took a break from my job and was lucky enough to join a team in season five in the minor league with Death Panda. I think half level was on the team back then, or we had another support. I don't remember. And then we had Joshi and Alexi Zero. I don't know what his name was back then, because he changed this a bit. Um, yeah, that's
Mm,
basically it. So that's like kind of how I got into the competitive, just by playing a lot of ranked and having like friends who's already in the scene.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I didn't know, I wasn't aware that you knew these guys IRL, and so that kind of fed your, that kind of just led you into competitive. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
basically.
Yeah, that's neat that you guys just kind of grew up together and just kind of all ended up in the same avenue down the road as well.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so, what would be some of your biggest advice for new competitive players? Tips and tricks to, stay motivated, stay grinding, and just kind of keep that mindset that you had mentioned, in the last your last answer.
Um, I mean, mindset for me is pretty important. I'm like kind of against like toxicity and negative. Of course, it's okay to like show your feelings and you're like, damn, this is really bad and we have to step up, come on, and all that. But I think when you start being toxic in a team environment, I think that hinders a lot of growth, and also not only your team's growth but also yourself. So I'm always kind of focused on staying positive. And of course, like the lower rank you are or the newer you are to the game, it's okay to miss some spells. It's okay to do mistakes, but you just need to learn from that and not keep doing the same mistake like 10 times, 15 times. You just like focus on doing yourself, and then after you improve a lot, you can then start focusing on your teammates.
Mm. Yeah, that's a really good point. I like that a lot. It's I always like to think that your team is the people who are there to like build you up and work with
Yeah.
so that's really cool.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned like a little bit of toxicity within like teammates and stuff. But what's another one of the what's another hurdle do you feel like that holds players back from like reaching like new heights in Smite?
I guess it's a hard question because it's kind of individual from person to person and all that. But I mean, I do think that, you know, being toxic or negative and not focusing on yourself is like one thing. And then, I mean, maybe there's other stuff that can hinder you, like with your like mouse sensitivity. You have like not really used to keyboard and mouse and all that. I don't know. There's like a lot of things that can really like hinder you from growing as a player. But I would give the advice to like focus on yourself more than like focus on your teammates, because like you can become that good that you can carry most of the games. Not You have to put a lot of hours into that, right? But like you cannot expect your teammates, especially not if you're like playing casuals or low ranked, to be like hitting everything, because you're not even hitting everything yourself either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that answered the question necessarily, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a broad question to begin with, yeah, but I think you definitely touched on a couple key points. Um, so what's a week in the life, I should say, of an SPL player look like? Do you guys scrim daily? Do you guys have like mandatory like practice? Like, what's your like kind of scheduling kind of like for somebody at the top?
like right now we're in the off season, so you can people just do kind of whatever they're doing, play a bit of ranked, all that stuff. But let's say not around playoff and worlds, because all that is like a bit different with how much hours and stuff you put into it. But like a normal week where like maybe you're in the middle of the season, I'll probably say we scrim. Let's say we have two sets. So we have one set Friday, one set Sunday, for example. We would scrim like Monday to Thursday. Sometimes we do double scrims, which is 3 hours x2, so it'll be 6 hours total. So that'll be like 1 to 4 and then 5 to 8, for example.
Mm.
Um, some days we just do a single block, which is like 1 to 4. We get some good games in. Um, but like one day, let's just say Monday, let's say we don't double scrim. I'll probably wake up, stream, make sure I have my breakfast and all that stuff. Get ready for scrims at 1. So start my stream like 1 hour before. And then I didn't go to the gym because of COVID and all that. So after scrims, I'll just chill, maybe watch a movie, hang out with the boys. We have 2 dogs in the house because men has 2 dogs, or we had that on Renegades. We often go for like walks, sometimes together as a team, make some dinner, and then maybe play some more ranked. So it's a lot of playing.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Mhm.
awesome. And it's nice that in between you get to kind of get that downtime with the team. I think that's like important to be able to do that outside of the game as well as
Yeah, for
inside.
sure. I agree.
Yeah, you mentioned how like you would go on walks and you even say like you make sure you eat breakfast. But like is there anything else that you do? Like what advice do you give to players like to do outside a game? Do you like get like certain hours of sleep before you go? Like I'm gonna sleep at I'm gonna go to bed at this time just to prepare for a game or prepare for a scrim. Or just make sure, or like the type of diet that you have, or things to make sure that you're really focused and ready for the Smite games.
I mean, I feel like it's like this is just from my perspective. I feel like sleep. I mean, some people work with 5 hours, some people work with like 6, some is like 9 or whatever. I try to aim to get like 8. I feel like that's a pretty good amount. Um, I don't really. It depends what kind of month you're in. If I have a good diet or not. But definitely having a good diet, like going for walks, maybe working out, get out and just get your blood pressure up a bit. And I don't know. I feel like that's good ideas to do that, but it's not like I've done that this year
Yeah.
for the fact of COVID. Like we haven't been able to like go a lot of places. But I just started going to the gym again, actually, like 1 week ago. So I'm just starting up, making sure get my protein. I don't really drink too much soda and all that like bad stuff right now. Try to stay away from candy. Trying to be a bit healthy, but sometimes you gotta get like a bit of fast food or something. But definitely feel better eating healthy and working out than when I'm not working out and just eating fast food every day.
I mean, hey, like sometimes, like you don't have time, and you just kind of just eat whatever's out there, So,
Yeah,
so I get that.
yeah. I
Yeah,
try to stay somewhat healthy now.
that's good. That's good. So, this is something I've been excited to ask you about. You've really been on this YouTube kind of content grind, right? So, how do you find time to balance, your YouTube and your content creation with your SPL career, and what is your kind of ultimate goal with your content creation in your channel?
Well, right now we have off season, so what I do with YouTube most of the time, I don't really have a editor or anything. I get a bit of help with the games upload, but the YouTube content, like 90% of my videos, is content that is exported straight from my Twitch. So that'd be like a rank game, and I'll just upload that, get a thumbnail, and make a title. Um, but I recently just started putting a bit of time into doing. I did like a top 5 guards for rank that I think I should main to be, hyper carry, for example, get good with those guards.
Mm,
And then hopefully get into some guard guides and stuff. But
that's
what is
awesome.
my ultimate goal with that? I'm not sure. I guess to entertain some people. It's always nice to have something to watch. And I mean, if people have interest in Smite and want to be better, then I think it's yeah. I don't know what to say. Like I actually don't know what my exact reason is why I'm like what my goal is, but at least to entertain a lot of people. That is.
Uh, Yeah, yeah. You don't need to have a purpose for it now, if it's just
Yeah.
especially if it's just something you enjoy doing, and it's obviously, stuff like guides and stuff like that are just gonna help so many,
Yeah.
newer players, and people who are just kind of getting into it. So
Yeah. It's definitely
yeah,
fun to do. So
yeah.
Mhm. Now that we're like on the subject of season 8, what's some of the biggest changes that you've seen for jungle for the season, and what are some things that junglers need to adjust coming from season 7?
um, from season 7. I mean, maybe there's a bit more farm on the map, and the map is a bit bigger, so you gotta, consider what side do you go to, because making it from solo lane to duo lane now, that's gonna take a lot of time. So you gotta be better timing your backs, like find like a jungle path you like to like somewhat go for, and then try and like incorporate a few ganks in that jungle path, so you can also have like a bit of time to gank as well, because you can't just be farming only.
Mhm.
Um, But season 8, I mean, I think physical junglers assassins is a bit weaker right now because there's so much physical defense in the game. There's like Berserker should learn how to carries. There's a lot of auras like sub energy, the physical aura item. It's so much better than hard ward. So supports and stuff are more likely to go for that item than hard ward, for example.
Mhm.
Um, and then protect up the jungle. Like I don't know, there's just so much physical defense in the game right now that I think like Kibo Ao Kwang is a bit is quite good right now. Um, and then I guess a solo lane, like you can like look at their starter and like see is it a lane I have to gank a lot or little, and you can gank like a bluestone way easier than you can gank a warrior's X, for example. And same with tank boots or no tank boots. I don't know if that's like a good tip, but I at least look at that anti-itemization.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of like just kind of taking a peek, like looking into what they're doing, and So you're noticing that it's a little bit harder right now to like do the demo that you want to do, particularly because of all the physical defense and
Yeah,
you know um it's something that we like. I always pick up savagery. I play support, so
yeah. I don't like having the enemy team with that item because it gets pretty annoying when there's like Sentinel's Embrace upgraded and
yeah,
then the sub, like it's so hard to kill people.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
also
that's
think percentage penetration is better in season 8 than it was season 7. Like it's pretty important to pick that up when you're jungling right now. So you like Titan's Bane or Zero Edge, Domination, Heartseeker, whatever. Make sure that's like in your build.
gotcha. So you touched on it a little bit. With kind of saying some gods, that you think are strong right now. What are some of the most prominent gods in the competitive meta, and what are gods you think that people should be practicing? That are going to be strong moving forward. And that's not necessarily just in jungle. But just gods that you're seeing like a trend. That are really picking up in this season.
Right now healers are pretty strong, even though the outer brow thing where you heal less when you're not in combat.
Mm,
But then when you're in combat, you basically heal the same. And then Cat Shield Rod feels pretty strong. Rod of Asclepius is called. Because Divine Rune Brawlers and all that got nerfed a bit. So it's kind of hard to fit into builds. Also, since you have to upgrade the start item that you have, so you have like one less inventory basically to get anti-heal this season. So like most of the healers, for example, Gu and Yu in solo lane is pretty strong. Chang in mid, Hell in mid, pretty nice. Um, and for competitive, I mean, Umbat has an insane ultimate for team fights. It's really good. But other than that, I think like you're still happy with going the hyper carries like Zed, Nemesis, even Erlang Shen in competitive. Um, all those guys are gonna do a lot for you and your team.
yeah, yeah, very true. I sets like a perma ban in my in my pix ban space.
Yeah. And then if
Yeah.
you're like good with AD carries, I mean Apollo and Dancer Borrow, they're both good in jungle, AD carry, and mid right now. Apollo itemization, or like just AD carries itemization overall right now with the build path where you can either go crit or you can get penetration and hit hard. Like in jungle, those cards are actually pretty good right now if you know what you're doing.
Cool.
Mhm. As I know we like touched on it a little bit before, like at the beginning. But how have you adjusted to the new format for the professional scene, especially with the changes that came with the pandemic?
Um, I mean, it's a bit less, you're not playing at the studio. It feels a bit weird, but having to play at home. But I mean, it's kind of just whatever to me because you're still able to play from home. I sit at my computer anyways, but it feels a bit less hype, like sitting at the computer. Rather go into a studio, it's gonna be like cameras on you. You're gonna like at least look somewhat nice. Um, but it's been like okay to adjust to, but it's maybe been a bit depressing to some extent, just having to be at home all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been enjoying the whole, just staying in. I mean, I've been staying in since like February of like last year when it when it was like when it was first right to the United States, and it was just like it only had like what like one case, and then it just just
Yeah,
right back because I was so paranoid. So I can definitely see how like it's just been just kind of like ugh, dealing with all that.
Yeah, it's driving me bananas too. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's definitely
especially
it's definitely not fun.
yeah, I mean, especially for people who are more social, during their everyday life. It's like, I mean, especially you, you're used to a team, of 5 people, and all of a sudden, you guys are like, you get to play on that big stage, with all those people watching, during like,
Yeah,
big moments, and now it's like, it's all casted, which, it's still cool, it's still really like, awesome that you're on that stage, but like you said, like, I'm sure it does take away a little bit of that nervous energy and excitement sometimes.
yeah, for sure. I mean, at least we still live in the team house, and we still lived in the team house. and we had 4 people there, and we had 2 dogs. So
That is
at
good.
least there's like some life there instead of just
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I was
That's
like
why
gonna
I'm
sit
pretty
alone
happy.
in an apartment, I feel like that'd be pretty hard.
Yeah, I think it is for a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get into kind of a the real nitty gritty questions here. What's your favorite new American food over
Um,
here?
I do like we're in the south, we're in Georgia right now.
Mm,
They have like some pretty good barbecue down here.
yeah,
There's like a bit of everything. You get some crispy fries. You get some of the I don't even know what the meat are called now, but there's like a lot of good meats you can get, and they're like so tender. You can just like it just melts in your tongue. I don't know, it's
uh,
so good.
mm. Do you guys drink? You drink that sweet tea down there? I hear like the South, like sweet tea is like the big drink
I
down
drink a bit of it.
there.
Like in the summer, it's pretty nice, having a little sweet tea there, a cold one.
Yeah,
Um, but there's like a lot of sugar in it, right? So I try not to drink too much of it.
yeah, that's fair.
So what's one the biggest thing you wish America has that you wish that America had that Denmark has?
If it just straight up my mind, then it would be, I guess they have it, but it's not anything like it is in Denmark. We have something called rugbrød, which is basically rye bread, where it's just like the bread I would eat for like lunch, sometimes for dinner, and then you put like I don't know what this stuff is called, but you can put like ham on it, you can put like tuna on it, like all this kind of stuff. And it's like I guess like a comfort food for a lot of Danish people, but you can only really find it in Denmark.
Is it like a sweet bread or is it like more, like sour? I guess I don't know how to describe it.
Mm, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like dark bread, and there's usually I like it a lot when there's like corn in it. Not corn. What is it called? Um, I don't know what it's called. But basically, what is it called? Rye bread. It would be
To the Google.
to the Google. Um,
Like,
yeah, I don't know what you call that, but basically, I guess it depends what kind of rye bread you eat, and everybody like their own kind of it. Wait, let me see. So it's like a let's see what there's like sunflower seeds and stuff in it sometimes. This is like one
oh, okay, yeah,
example. Those kind of you can get a lot of different like seeds that you can put in it,
yeah.
and I like that a lot. And then we have like a few Danish like tradition. We have let's see what the translation is here. Liver pate, but it's not like the liver pate I can find here or when I've been in the UK. Like we have like some special kind of that tastes pretty good.
So it's the comfort foods, it's
Yeah,
the little things. Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. So, just tell us, what do you have going on in your life? Just what are you up to just on the day to day, just
Yeah, I don't know how much I can say and all that, but I'll be playing in the Smite Pro League again next year,
awesome.
and we just moving into a house and we started going to the gym and trying to eat a bit healthy. And then I've been streaming every day in the morning. That's been pretty fun.
Hmm.
Other than that, I'm not really like do that much. Just spending time with Smite and my teammates.
Cool.
With the whole pandemic going on, you're just kind of like taking it easy, kind of relaxing.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Plug in your Discord, your Twitch, your Twitter. This is like,
Yeah, where do
um,
people find you? You know?
mhm.
Well, I don't know how to plug in my Discord or how to find it, but I think the link URL is like just Lasbra.
We'll
And
pop
my
it.
Yeah, we'll be
yeah,
able to
and
link some of
YouTube
that stuff. Yeah.
would be Lasbra GG together with the Twitter Lasbra GG. I think you can just like Google Lasbra Twitter or YouTube and you'll be able to find it. Hey,
Ooh.
sorry about that.
No, you're good. What kind of
Uh,
dog?
oh, I actually don't know because it's not mine. But one of them is like
Okay.
a German Shepherd mixed with Husky. Bella. And then one of them is like, I don't even know. But one of them is like a smaller dog.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
carry on. I didn't.
yeah, the Twitter was Lasbra GG, and then my Twitch is just Lasbra. And
Awesome.
guess that's it. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. That's basically what I use. Yeah.
Awesome.
And it,
Yeah. Well, sorry. Well, we'll link those. In this video. And and on the SLL thing. We'll make sure to, make sure that people can find you.
yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's about it for the interview. Hey, thank you for doing this, man. I mean, it was really, really cool. When we knew that we were going to be able to kind of get you on here. I know Turtle and I both kind of geeked out a little bit. We were like, oh, this is so, but I'm also sure, that everybody in the SLL, in the Little League, that we're a part of, is gonna really appreciate the time. So
Yeah,
I just,
I'm happy to be here.
yeah, thank you very much for all that.
Thank you.
All right, so parting words, anything, any motivational
Well,
motivational words
just
for all the new guys?
you know, just enjoy Smite and you know, take a break if you need it. Keep grinding. Don't go to ham if you lose a few games in a row. Maybe take a break, come back later. Don't let the negativity like get to you, and try and be positive to your teammates and even your enemies. We should try and make the gaming world a better place for everybody, because especially here in COVID, a lot of people are struggling, and some bad words can like hurt people more than maybe usually would, because a lot of people are like maybe not like socializing that much, and then maybe find comfort in playing Smite or other games. So try and be a bit more nice. It goes to everybody, even myself. That's basically it.
That's really nice, man. Those are really great. It's a really great kind of like vision. Like a really good perspective on things. All right,
Yeah.
well, I mean that does it. Thank you very much again. We appreciate your time, and Bon and Turtle signing out. We'll catch you guys in our next cast.
Thank you.